It's cold out there this morning. We're headed out to work on the pastures. There's something you can do this time of year. Very limited window to do it, but you can improve your pastures without any fancy equipment, no machines. We're gonna show you how to do that in this video. Before we do that though, our hay delivery's here.
Farm boy, unload that hay for me.
As you wish. Hay's here. We get a giant truck full. That keeps us for a couple months. Every few months we spend a couple $100 on a big old hay load. We get like 60 bales delivered, and where we live, delivered, I get bales around $6 a bale. I get it delivered because it's such a hassle to go get. It's only 50 cents a bale extra to get delivered, so I figured it's worth it. So let's get it in the barn. Right there's probably perfect. Dan's built a perfect hay pyramid. This is like the structure that the Aztecs built. It'd last forever. We're gonna let Luna out for the morning, and then we're gonna fill her side with more hay. Come on, Luna. Come on out, hon. We got a barn full of hay now. This will last us well into the spring, and then our pastures will start to take over. We'll still need some hay, but a lot less. Let's talk about what we're gonna do for our pastures this time of year, because this is the time of year you wanna start working on those pastures. This is my hay man, Dan, Farmer Dan. He's been supplying us hay at this homestead since before it was a homestead. Actually, the first chickens we ever owned, we bought from you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You started all this, man. It's all your fault.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry.
If you need hay and you live in Connecticut, man, Dan's a guy to call. Dan, what's your number?
475-204-7267.
We'll put that in the link below, and if you guys need hay, Dan, he's the guy. Our hay is in the barn, and we're ready to start spreading some seed, but I forgot to leave the chickens in this morning. So what we're gonna have to do is try to draw the chickens into here with some feed, and then we're gonna have to enclose them with some fencing. Chickens will find your newly spread seed and just devour it. They love that stuff. So preferably before you frost seed, leave your chickens in, but for us, we're gonna play catch a chicken this morning. This should be fun. So this is working quite well. We got all the chickens, they saw me pouring the feed, so you'll see most of them have come running to eat. The last one is coming up now. See that fence there, bud? Close them in. This is great. Oh, I said don't let them out. All right, that's good. We don't have to worry about our chickens eating all our fresh seed. Those guineas, well, they'll eat some, but not all will be lost. Hey, today's been like a comedy of errors. Look at this. That's probably like, I don't know, $10 worth of seed right down the center of my driveway. We're gonna have like a mohawk of rye grass coming right down it. Take it to the pasture. Yep.
Where do I go, like in rows?
Yeah, you remember how to do this? Okay. So why don't you start, even with that tree, and just do the rows all behind me, okay? And as we're filming this, we'll be able to watch you working, okay? It's late February, and this time of year for us in Connecticut is the perfect time for homesteaders to get out and start frost seeding their pastures. It's the time of year where you wake up and you see frost out on the lawn and maybe even in the trees. As the day continues, the warm sun rises and it heats everything up and the ground softens and the frost is burned away. When you start to see frost in the morning with the warm afternoons, maple syrup season, you know it's time to get out and start frost seeding your pastures. Frost seeding is a fantastic method for homesteaders to use because you don't need any fancy equipment. You can pretty much do it all by hand with just a bucket if you wanted to, and it will greatly improve the quality of your forage for your animals, which means you're going to be spending less money on hay deliveries throughout the bulk of your season. When the ground frosts over in the morning, it's hard. But then throughout the day, as we have warmer days at the end of February and into March, the ground softens. As the ground freezes at night, gets hard, but then it thaws in the morning, cracks open up, the soil is being moved up and down, and with that heaving and freezing, the seed that you broadcast will get worked right down into the soil. Clover is the best seed for frost seeding. It's very small, and so it's easy to work down into the soil with that freezing and heaving of the soil. But if you don't have clover, that's okay. Right now we're using rye. Rye is a lot bigger of a seed. These rye seeds are a lot bigger than the clover. So what we're going to do is we're going to broadcast like twice as much seed as you normally would in this area. We know a lot of these seeds will be picked up by birds. They'll rot on the surface of the ground. So when you frost seed, you want to put a lot more seed out than usual because it's not all going to be actually seed that takes. You're hoping for maybe half of the seed that you put out there to actually take. Ready for more?
Yep.
Good man. Alright, go for it. This here is a hand spreader. You can buy these at Tractor Supply, or we'll put an Amazon link below to the one that I like better. This is a plastic one. I don't like the plastic ones. The bag ones are a little bit better. They hold more and they're more durable. These things kind of bust over time. However, this year we had one of these and I didn't feel like spending the money on a new bag one, but we'll link below to my favorite kind. All you do, take your spreader. Ready for this? This is really complex here. Pour in your seed. You open up the bottom of the spreader. And you spread that seed. And we just walk in a row. We go down and up and down and up. So let's go. Ready?
Yeah.
Let's do this. If you have animals that you're pasturing, this time of year, every year, you're going to want to get out and do some frost seeding. It's a great way to put good fresh seed in your soil of the actual plants you want, so clovers and rye grasses, and give them a little head start before the weeds start coming up in the early in spring. Depending on what livestock you have, they can actually help or hinder this process. So Ladybug here and Luna, they're really good for frost seeding because they don't eat the little seeds. They just walk all over what we've spread here in the pasture, and they actually help push it down into the soil. So if you frost seed where your cows are going to be, or larger livestock that don't eat little seeds, they can help push that, work that stuff right into the soil profile, which will help get those seeds started. So don't be afraid to broadcast right in the pasture where your cows are. However, when that seed starts growing, then you're going to want to move the cows off of it. So we're going to have them in here. We broadcast some seed. They'll be in here for a couple days. As soon as a couple days pass, we'll move them out of here because the young grass will get killed if it gets trampled on. So they're good for the seed, but bad for the young grass. Now on the flip side, the chickens are another story entirely. The chickens are bad for the seed because the chickens see those little seeds and they think, oh, yum, snacks. We'll broadcast seed and the chickens will go into the fields and they'll scratch up the grains and peck at them. There'll be hardly anything left. So if you're going to do some broadcasting of seed, make sure that your chickens are enclosed, like we have here, some poultry netting. That'll keep them contained so they don't go follow us where we broadcast seed and eat all the seeds. It's one of my favorite times of the year. It's starting to feel like spring is actually gonna happen. You can start enjoying time outside with the family.
And making maple syrup.
Making maple syrup. We're actually gonna start tomorrow prepping our chicken coops for our chicks' arrival. So make sure you don't miss our videos. To do that, head on over to our email list. You can smash on that chicken right there and he'll take you to the email list. Just click on the picture of the chicken there, and when you sign up to our email list, every Friday I send you all our videos. Even if YouTube doesn't share them with you, I do every Friday. So hit that chicken and we'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.